Hello, okay, we're going on to the blueprint of the narcissist, part 2, from childhood to adult patterns. Yes, you guys, okay, so hi, I'm Crystal Booth, and today we're tracing the blueprint of a narcissist, not to shame anyone, but to understand how narcissism often begins as a survival strategy in painful, chaotic environments. When we recognize how early dynamics wire the system, we gain power to connect ourselves, power to guide clients with clarity, and if we're parenting, to steer differently. So, welcome to Trauma Talks. That's what we're going to talk about today. So, why does the blueprint matter, you guys? Why does a narcissist blueprint matter? Okay, let's talk about the traits, okay? Grandiosity, entitlement, emotional detachment, manipulation, not always full-blown narcissistic personality disorder. Not all the time, okay? The blueprint is the developmental architecture behind those traits. It's not destiny, but a map. And maps help us change direction. Great. You get it? Okay. So let's talk about the biology of it. Okay. It starts at birth, you guys. Some babies are born, okay, reactive, harder to soothe. If their needs are met with attunement, though, they wire for safety. If they're met with hostility, neglect, or chaos, they wire for survival. Okay. So two factors shape this early wiring. Okay. Stress, physiology. A stressed out caregiver creates a whirl of chaotic cortisol and threat anticipation. Affect attunement without consistent emotional mirroring. A child forms a false self. Okay, polished outside, hollow on the inside. Temperament plus environment equals risk, not certainty, but possibility. Okay, so that's kind of how it starts to happen. Okay, let's talk about the core family dynamics here. These dynamics repeat like bad scripts, you guys. Emotional invalidation, feeling dismissed, become danger. Children learn to perform what is rewarded. Charm, achievement, superiority. Okay. Shame over safety, humiliation replace soothing. Rage and grandiosity become armor. Role reversal. Parentified child becomes emotional managers. They lose their childhood and any sense of boundaries. Okay. Talk about idealized devalue cycles. Okay. Adoration flips to contempt. Childs learn to love performance based love and fragility. Okay, narcissistic modeling. Okay, reflect the parent's ego, not their own worth. Okay, all these problems: trauma, neglect, abuse, chaos, abandonment, hardened survival, entitlement, disassociation. The core message, you guys: be the prize or be punished. Okay, that's the childhood they had. Okay, you get it? It's so chaotic. It's almost chaotic to even talk about. Okay, but let's talk about the defense architecture. The child builds defenses to survive emotional war zones. Okay, for self, a performative identity earns love but fear authenticity. Grandiosity, polish armor to mask shame. Entitlement, I deserve more. Okay, becomes a shield for unmet needs. Okay, perfection, you're the problem. Protect fragile inner self. Okay, splitting, parents are either saviors or threats. No in between. Okay, all of these offenses, once protected, now they destroy connection. Okay, so let's talk about the social reinforcements that come later on that reinforce all of this. Teens years amplify the mass. Okay, charm becomes currency. Without a connection or correction, a monitor the patterns. Okay, they become locked in. Okay, infused into the person. Okay, dominance and attention. Okay, all these attitudes begin to go in, and then they become the adult patterns. The adult version, magnetic surface, emotionally vacant beneath. Okay, all right. Empathy is intellectual, not felt. Okay, relationships turn transactional. Okay, become a tool. Parents repeat blueprints, raising mirrors instead of children. All right, on the outside. On the inside, chronic collapse. It's the same survival system. Now, run amok, you guys. Okay, so let's talk about the responsibility without cruelty. Here's the hard truth, you guys: early pain explains behavior, it does not excuse harm. Okay, adults are responsible for what they do with their wiring. If you're a survival, clarity brings strength. If you're a clinician, understanding the blueprint guides your interventions and your boundaries. Yes, okay. So let's talk about this. Change is possible, you guys. Yes, can deep narcissistic traits sometimes deep narcissistic traits If pain outweighs payoff, okay, effective past, yeah, trauma-informed therapy, no real healing without facing the shame, you guys, okay? Talk about the schemas, okay? The tools for empathy and the emotional complexity. Okay, empathy works slowly, but it works. Okay, so let's talk about coaching, behavioral patterns. Okay, for loved ones, boundaries. First, healing is possible, but never owned. Okay, if you're never owed, excuse me, if you're dealing with one, okay, here's what you need to do. You won't logic them into empathy. Boundaries are survival, not cruelty. Call manipulation what it is. Mourn the fantasy. All right, get help. You deserve safety, clarity, and peace. Yes, okay. So prevention and repair. Let's talk about that. Parents and clinicians model empathy, tolerate emotions, repair ruptures. Teach kids that they're loved as they are, not for how they perform. That's the number one thing, okay? How do you break the cycle, okay? That's how you break it. Yes, okay? So let's close this out. The blueprint is survival. Survival strategies in unsafe environments harden into defenses that harm. Be fierce about accountability. Be tender about origins. Be smart about your boundaries. Okay. So what more? What more can I say? Okay. All right. Let's finish this up. Let's go into the next part of this in the next lesson on blueprint, okay, of the narcissist, okay? All right, so I'll see you guys next time, okay? That was a lot, but try to take it in and see where this all derived from, okay? So when you understand the blueprint, yes, you begin to be able to take the right steps and begin to mediate around this and without all the guilt, okay? So thank you for joining me on Trauma Talks. I'll see you next time, okay? Bye.